Today's a very special day, episode number 200. Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. I first started the unboxing series February 6th of 2019, and the episodes, they looked like this. I still had a very dirty room. The first episode's actually privated because my address was shown multiple times. I had no idea if people would be interested in watching me unbox guitars or not. But that series was so popular, it basically cannibalized my channel, to the point where after we reached the 100th episode, on January 21st of 2021, the series slowly started to change, where I just adopted my review and demo style to follow the unboxing format, but yet still have all the information. Because what was happening is, people stopped tuning into the reviews because they could get everything just in a bulk unboxing episode almost. So while the unboxing episodes definitely have a much different format now, I hope you guys still enjoy them as supplemental material to my reviews and demos, as well as our guitar huntings. Nowadays, I use this series to show off guitars that are duplicates of things that we've already recently reviewed, and future editions for the museum. But to help us visualize 200 episodes, I did pick us up something a little bit crazy, but let's do a guitar first. Because we've got a rather nice Gibson Custom Shop SG, a series that I collect. And this one is a duplicate, but I wanted to see if it was better than what I already had. Because this is a Bohemian SG. They came in so many cool different colors. This one is known as Mink. It's kind of a brownish greenish hue. You don't see this on an SG every day, but this was a limited edition series done back in 2018. But ultimately, I'm really after the sky blue. And I just know one day I'm going to find it and they're going to be like, okay, I'll only trade this for this color of the same Bohemian because I love my guitar so much. No two of them have been alike so far. My greens, one was really dark, one was really light. Even on this Mink one, you can tell this one's lighter, whereas this one's a little bit darker. I think I do enjoy the wood grain and different coloration stripes that we have going on here. That's actually really cool. It kind of reminds me of a Spotlight. This one's got the amber tip. This one's more of like an aged cream. The hardware is hazed over on this, but this example is really clean yet. But that's my other favorite thing about the Bohemian SGs, is they have the Super 74 pickups, which are my favorite custom shop pickup currently. This one just looks like it got a heavy VOS treatment. But oh, that's interesting. This is actually a late 2017 produced one, so this is an earlier example than the one I have over here. So that might explain some of the aging differences between the hardware. I would even say the heel is slightly different. Here's my older one as compared to the earlier example. I mean, you can still see it's super rounded, but it's like a little bit flattened this way. Not quite as pronounced. But we've got the COA and all the other paperwork. But it is tough because I think I ultimately prefer this hue, but I do like the coloration differences within this example. This is definitely a heavier SG, but sometimes that's a good thing because it can help fight neck dive because this body's way chunkier. My old one being 6 pounds 10.4 ounces, and the new one at 6 pounds 15.3. Not a huge difference, but man, do you feel it in the body. But now the grand reveal while we talk about our sponsor, who is Sweetwater tonight. You guys already know they're the best place to buy your gear online, whether it's content creation, a brand new guitar, or even just some patch leads. But we're on the tail end of their Cyber Week sale, and there are some great deals. So that's where all these things came from. Because I wanted to do something kind of special for the 200th episode, and I thought, what about visualizing 200 episodes with 200 packs of guitar strings? But that's not good enough of a visualization. There we go, that's much better. So each and every single one of these packs represents one of the unboxing episodes. We have had a lot of fun together. And if you've just recently joined the channel, I do actually have playlists. They're just kind of hard to find, but you can follow the link in the description where you can start at number 1 and go all the way to current day. And don't forget about all the reviews and demos and internet videos we've also done along the way. So thank you guys for watching. I will be continuing to produce content as long as I can. And also, thank you to Sweetwater for being a continuous sponsor of my show. If you wonder why I bought so many, it's because look at the price on this. It comes out to $4 a pack when you buy it in a bundle of 5. But now we do have a second guitar today. I was shocked when I saw this on eBay because this was one of those models where I could not find a photo of this thing for a long time. And the only one to ever pop up was eventually in Japan. I bought it, had to restore some of it. But a shop on eBay just cleared out somebody's old collection and they happened to have one. And I said, yes, buy it now. Don't haggle. I'm not missing out on this. So what model is that? Well, it comes in a rectangular case. Too small to be an Explorer, so I think you guys know what that means. It is a Gibson M3, but look, it's the M3H Deluxe. And overall, this actually appears to be in really good condition. I was so excited when I saw this. I thought, oh, what if somebody's collection is being liquidated and they have all the M3s? So I made sure to message the eBay guy. It's like, hey, I collect this model. Does he happen to have any other ones coming in for sale? And unfortunately, no. But you guys know me. I love the Gibson M3, especially the deluxe models, because they're a sandwich layer of woods. So you get walnut on top, dyed poplar, and then you get maple. And then you can see they do another layer of walnut. Then you get another main layer of the maple. Sometimes you get figuring in the back. Sometimes you even get the figuring in the neck. This one's got a little bit of that. But in my review and demo of this model, I thought, did this actually ship from the factory as a satin finish? Because none of the other ones that I'm aware of at this point in time did. And now that I have two, I can confirm, yes, that is something else special about the M3H Deluxe. These were definitely originally satin finishes. But this one's been airing out ever since that video came out. You can definitely see the smoky amberness of this one from being in Japan at a smoker's house versus this one, which it is in really good condition, except for one thing. We've got some rather nasty impressions right here underneath there. I don't know if that was like the trem bar arm knocking against it or something, but that's unfortunate. Well, I guess when you look closer, you got a ding right there. There's a small ding here. But overall, this is actually really clean for one of these things, especially for a satin finish. And hey, this one actually has the backplate cover. And oh, would you look at that? We actually have a little bit of darker coloring right there, but I thought the center was maple. But that's definitely looking more like poplar with the coloration. Yeah, sure enough, we've got that darker coloration over here too. So is it actually a dyed poplar, then regular poplar, and then just maple on the back? That's why you have to document multiple examples, just to know that you know what you know is for sure, because I think the internet might be wrong about these. So ultimately, I think this one is the new runt of the litter, because somebody had added a strap button, and I had to replace the pickups, but I don't know. To be fair, I do kind of like the ambered over smoky version. So if you have the right offer for one of these, I might consider letting it go. But I might just keep both of them too, because these are just such cool guitars. I mean, just look at the difference between the fretboard coloration. These might as well not even be the same model anymore. The new one's complete with case candy as well. Rare to see that actually filled out. Then, oh yeah, the CompuServe tag. These things are worth about $1,000, believe it or not. It's so rare. It basically tells you to get online, buy this new Gibson guitar, and get a free introductory membership to CompuServe magazine. I'm just kidding. These are not worth $1,000, but I am happy to have it. Old Gibson Online. You can actually check out this episode where we go through the Internet Archives to see what their website looked like years ago. Next up, my friends, I told you very recently that the endoscope is no longer. I'm not going to do that on the workbench. We can no longer take a look inside of guitars like that. That's because we're going to do better than that. I was never happy enough with that. It was just so low quality. It got the job done, but not at the way I wanted it to be. So that's my theme the next year. All these little struggle points that I've just been putting off, we're not putting them off anymore. So this is a boroscope. What's the difference between an endoscope and a boroscope? Honestly, they're about the same thing. For example, this one's called boroscope on Amazon, but the actual owner's manual still calls it an endoscope. But these are inspection cameras, usually for like a car or something. So our footage is going to go from looking like this, where I have to connect to an app on my phone, record my phone's screen, and then in post, we enlarge it, try to make it fit the screen. You see the reflections of the lights. That always annoys me. This device is different. It's got an SD card, so you're going to have the full quality, and it can actually zoom, and most importantly, it also has double lenses, so we can see the top of the guitar much easier. And hopefully just maybe be able to read pot codes. But fun fact, my first one of these actually had like a 16-foot long cable. I thought, that's not going to be a problem. I can just tie it off. Who knows, I might need it for something else one day. But no, if you're going to order one of these yourselves, get the small one if you're doing it for guitar work, because this cable is surprisingly heavy. So this new 4-footer is like perfectly fine. So goodbye cheap $25 endoscope, you're officially retired. If you're interested in owning Trogly's Guitar Show history, it'll be up on my website for an exorbitant price, but you guys know what I like to do when I do things like that. And next up, we've got to go fishing. My kid saw this box and was like, well, why are you sending the fish away, Dad? It's like, no, we're bringing this one in. But it was just a funny box from an eBay purchase. So, look what we've got here. Talking about museum find stuff. It's a new old stock super humbucking Gibson guitar pickup. I have not actually seen this packaging before. I would assume it's late 70s. Because this is the box I'm familiar with in like the mid to late 70s. They're just so giant. I imagine that's why they ended up getting replaced, because they just take up so much space. But they are very elegant. That is certainly going to stand out on a store shelf. It allows people to look at the product very clearly too. But then later on they came out with these smaller boxes that still gets about the same thing accomplished, just using a lot less retail space. Oh, and then of course you can't forget the way that they came to a dealer if they just ordered it. So not necessarily for retail sale, but for replacing it for someone. They would have these brown boxes with the part number on the outside. And the pickup would be wrapped in this soft brown stuff. So I'm not sure if this was just a short-lived variation after this. For that, I'll have to do some more digging. But I love this Gibson tape that they used to seal it. Cool, we've got a manual in here. It appears to be water damaged or something, but this is the same one you would find in the blue boxes. So I bet this is a short-lived variation after these. Because you got to remember, the Dirty Fingers pickup, I don't think that came out to like, what, 78 or so? So that seems to make sense to me. This is a super humbucking, so you know what that means. It's a tarback pickup. And this auction said one of the pickups doesn't appear to be working properly, and hey, that's just par for the course on these. And no, the pickups themselves are not actually unused. I just bought it because it came with the packaging, which I thought was cool. But this one's like all green. The base plate's actually coming off. That's unfortunate. The bridge reads 7.45, which is correct. And I do get a full 7.5 reading over here. So technically, from the readings, the pickup should work. It might just be that it was wired wrong in his guitar. But I think I'll just be keeping this set more as a collectible until I find a nicer one. If anybody has a photo of like a factory sealed one of these, I'm curious if I'm missing an insert on these, because I'm not sure how exactly they would display these. I imagine it'd maybe be something like that. During editing, I did a little bit more digging, and I did find one other of the P90 called the Laid Back. But look, it's got that same weird bluish greeniness to it. It has to have something to do with the plastic that this thing was made out of. That can't just be a coincidence. Unless it came out of the same collection and there was like water damage or something crazy. But definitely something to keep looking out for. So there we go, the packaging of 70s and 80s parts from dealer to retail sale. All right, Troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Thank you for 200, and we'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Take care.